Welcome back. It's now time for the news where you are. The headlines. Famous local calligraphy writer Clark Surrey dies of a suspected cocaine overdose. Police say either that or it's the most elaborate suicide note since John Smythe stuck a stencil on the wall behind him before blowing his head off. Controversial historian Ted Mayhem has ruffled feathers worldwide with his most recent claim that Hitler committed suicide after seeing his gas bill. He also claims that the Nazis lost World War II because they maxed out their credit cards, and the grandfather of TV's Dog the Bounty Hunter repossessed their guns. A man is being held after running riot in his local police station canteen. He was found lying in a pile of seasonings and herbs. He has been arrested for wasting police's time. Are you an interested human? Well, sit tight and digest this human interest story then.
Hypnotists have been entertaining audiences worldwide since forever. And whilst it may all seem like harmless fun, acting foolish on stage for a while, what if something goes wrong? A story has surfaced about hypnotist Francis Melly, whose act doesn't just end at curtains down.
Behind this door lies a heartbreaking tale. Only a few weeks ago, the couple who live here went to see Francis Melly at the pavilion, and after being convinced into being hypnotised into acting like a dog, he has been hounded with problems ever since. Let's go find out. Hello? Hello, Mr. Dogman? Hello? Freak? It's the news. Freak?
Despite arranging several interviews with people affected by the hypnotist show, none were forthcoming. I'm sure this is a bold attempt by Francis Melly at covering his tracks. One thing's for sure is, this hypnotist is hypno-pissed. I phoned up Francis Melly to try and arrange an interview, but he refused and unleashed a furious verbal attack on me, which is far too offensive and vulgar to broadcast. Whilst I never met anyone to actually help me with my investigation, I'm sure that something's afoot. I'm not sure why. Call it reporter's instinct. This is me, Fred South, signing off.
And I can reveal a breaking story. The news just got personal. During the airing of that investigation, hypnotist Francis Melly phoned us to say that he has taken our reporter, Fred South, hostage. He will not hesitate to kill him if we do not both retract and apologise for what has just been shown. But I'm afraid we here at the news do not cooperate with kidnappers. Godspeed, Fred. Time for you now, the general public, to run your mouth in our news views section. Today's subject, transport.
During the recent petrol crisis, I was queuing outside my local Shell garage for nearly 2 hours. I was fuming. I only wanted a Mars bar and a paper. Well, basically, yeah, I think that these so-called speed bumps are a joke, right? I mean, if anything, they slow you down. I mean, what's all that about?
Hey, cuz, why is it people never get to fight on top of trains anymore? I mean, they used to do it in all the old films, you get me?
Yeah, the recent price hike on petrol hasn't affected me because I only ever put in £10 at a time. I find it's very useful.
Well, I think that since the increasing number of mid-air collisions and near misses in our skies, it's high time that the airlines started putting bumpers on our planes, especially now that some of them are employing female pilots.
It's a shame that British Airways don't include luggage on their mileage-based frequent flyers scheme. By the time the bungling baggage handlers were done with mine, I would have racked up enough points to get me onto the next space shuttle.
It's time for a brief look at the weather now, and tonight's forecast, dark. And we've just time for some final breaking news. We understand that reporter Fred South has died and hypnotist Francis Melly is in police custody. We would like to thank Fred South for the 2 weeks work experience that he spent here, and our thoughts are with his friends and family. We didn't learn much about Fred in his fortnight here, but we know that he liked one sugar in his tea, and his favourite football player of all time was Paul Gascoigne. In the short time since we've had confirmation of this death, we have put together a touching tribute to commemorate him.
I'm good, but I can't get the words right. Promise. Right. Right.
Say 3 minutes 41.
3 minutes 41 and roll in, mothers.
Setting my sights on goal. It's plain to see, it's black and white. This
Daring attack here, daring seaside raid on the pirates from Weymouth Bay. They are potentially very, very dangerous. I think they're still hovering above to try and find them. I think they're in a purple dinghy.
Excellent.
so come down and get on down. Everybody do their thing. You'll know for sure that they're in town when you hear those Geordies sing. They'll build you up, never knock
This is me,
you down.
Fred South,
Won't give up
signing
the
off.
fight. The time is now, the time is right. Let's dance on a Friday night. Sing.
We off.
Come on.
Good night.